be talking about system unit. And in this video we're going to be treating the motherboard, parts of the motherboard, the power unit, power pack, power connector on the motherboard. If you look at the section, you see we have two major sections: is the motherboard and the power unit. Those are two major things we're talking about today. Motherboard. The motherboard is the principal printed circuit board of the computer system. The system unit. It houses the processor, the memory slots, expansion slots, and auxiliary ports, and performs the function of connecting input and output devices to the processor, its memories, and hard drive. So the motherboard actually functions as the center. Okay, in fact, it is the very center of the computer, because it is the principal board, and it holds sock ports that takes in input. Okay, that connects to the input devices, and so these input devices, when they connect, they process their own data and then send to this board. The board receives it and sends it to the processor, the CPU. Okay, the CPU on the board processes this data and sends it out, okay, by means of ports to the output devices to now interpret and display to you, maybe on a screen or a printer. Parts of a motherboard. In a nutshell, the parts of a motherboard are the processor socket, the power connectors, memory slots, IDE and SATA ports, BIOS chip and battery, expansion slots, video card slots. There are other slots as well, but we just said the major parts. Okay, so the processor circuit is the part where the processor is being placed, is being put. The power connectors is just the place where the power pack's plug is being plugged to power up the motherboard. That's the computer. And then we have the memory slots for the RAM card. Basically, they also called the PCI slots. We have the ID and the SATA ports, which are used to connect to the hard drive. The BIOS chip and the battery, the expansion slots, the video card. The power unit of the system unit. The power unit of the system store comprises basically of the power pack device. The power pack device receives the power supply from the wall socket or a socket on a UPS device. So the power pack device is plugged onto the motherboard through the power connectors. So the power pack is just one small box like that. It has a fan in it and has a female power socket that takes in the male plug of the power cable. So it is the first thing that takes the power when the computer turns on, and then processes the power and then gives the correct wattage, the correct volt to the board. Okay, so it prevents the board from getting bad due to what voltage ups and downs. Yes, and it's actually very best to connect your power pack to UPS, because the UPS is optimized for your computer, so it gives the right voltage to the power pack to avoid the power pack from getting bad. UPS means uninterrupted power supply. Thanks. You can go through the pictures down here. You see some little comments that explain them. Please do well to do your own deal of research and study, teach yourself more. Yeah. And here you have an assignment.